going to speak is Viet and Mr. Hon.Consul. Please come.
Which we have recently added on Indian sectors. So A330 we are connecting from Delhi and Mumbai to Ho Chi Minh and Hanoi. So these are the
Indigo SpiceJet connecting New Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Kochi, Bengaluru to Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. There will be more direct flights. You will see at the end of around this summertime. The Air India will fly 14 direct flights from New Delhi to Ho Chi Minh cities and Hanoi. So, in fact, many of you asked the question, why not flying from Karnataka, from Bangalore to Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh, or to Phu Quoc or to Da Nang of Vietnam? So right now the Viet company or Indigo or other companies, they also want to operate more flights, especially from Bangalore. But the reason why they are not able to do so is because the limit, the frequency limit set by the air service agreement between our two countries, only 28 from the 4 mega cities. So that's why they are not able. Already in New Delhi, in Mumbai, they already operate 28, the maximum 28. So they are not able to operate in Bangalore because Bangalore is one of the 4 mega cities. That is why even though they operate in Ahmedabad, they operate in Tamil Nadu, but those airports are not in the mega cities. So that is why I already set up a meeting with the Secretary of the Civil Aviation Ministry of India. This week or next week I will meet with him. We discussed about to increase the frequencies of the direct flights from the 4 mega cities. So this is on the pipeline. And I do hope that when the frequency increase, certainly Bangalore, such a big city like this, and so many travelers from Bangalore to Vietnam, there must be direct flights. So I hope that there will be direct flights. So we are working very hard, and we also need support from all of you to make this happen. Because now it is not only the interest of airlines of Vietnam, but also interest of airlines of India. So we need to work together. So another thing I also want to add another note to this. The airfare to Vietnam is very affordable. Representative of Viet may have talked more about this, but I am sure that it can be cheaper than flying from New Delhi to Bangalore. So that makes it very attractive. So besides direct flights, we also facilitate the ease of visa process. Now, e-visa is applicable to all Indians with 3 months and multiple entries. So other people also talk about visa on arrival, but the e-visa is just so easy. So this is so easy like this, and over the past few years, Vietnam has been gaining immense popularity among the Indian travelers. While the destinations like Thailand and Singapore were previously seen are the most popular Southeast Asian destination for Indians, Vietnam is fast emerging as a new favorite destination. If you want to find something new, let's go to Vietnam. With its charming cities, beautiful landscape, rich culture, and great value, Vietnam has many things for every type of travelers from India. And the country has witnessed a surge in visitors from India in recent times. Last year, 392,000 Indians traveled to Vietnam. So almost 9,000 400,000 Indian tourists visited Vietnam. On average, there are about 1,100 Indian people travel to Vietnam every day. So that, and we need to increase this number to 1 million very soon. Very soon. And there are good reasons we have this increasing popularities of Vietnam as a tourist destination. For every travelers, Vietnam offers diverse experiences across the region. From north to south, Vietnam offers hugely varied experiences across its different regions. From vibrant cities of Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh, or Da Nang, to the scenic coastlines and landscapes of Ha Long Bay, Da Nang, or Hoi An. Each region has its distinct charm. So Indian travelers will appreciate the diversity, allowing them to experience different aspects of Vietnam on a single trip. So that is the advantage. The north is known for its colonial architecture, cuisine, and scenic countryside, while central Vietnam offers beaches, very beautiful beaches, tunnels, greenery, and the south has lively cities along iconic Mekong Delta. So this variety keeps travelers engaged throughout the trip. And Vietnam has many cultural heritage sites recognized by UNESCO to offer to Indian travelers. Vietnam also is becoming very popular for Indian weddings, mines, and clubs. Some of you here already experienced those kind of things. And the second reason for Vietnam becoming very popular is value for money. Vietnam is one of the most affordable destinations in Southeast Asia. While the standard of facilities and services is as high as other places, the cost remains very reasonable. For Indian travelers, Vietnam offers excellent value for money. Expenses like accommodation, food, and transport are very pocket-friendly compared to other regional destinations. So this affordability enables Indian tourists to spend more time exploring the country without worrying too much about the budget. And the affordability also enables Indian families to go to Vietnam in a big group. Yes. And I would like to tell you, it is in Vietnam where you can become millionaire in our local currencies, Vietnam dollars. The third reason to make it popular is thriving street food culture. Food is an interesting part of the Vietnamese culture, and travelers love experiencing the country through its diverse and flavorsome cuisine. From pho to fresh seafood, the street food scene is truly outstanding. What's more, the tourists can enjoy these delicious and authentic dishes at very nominal cost. Wandering through the lively streets, alleys, and nice market, sampling different food is a memorable highlight for many Indian visitors to Vietnam. It also gives them an insightful look into the local way of life. The thriving street food culture adds tremendously to the appeal of Vietnam. And it should also be noted that Indian restaurants nowadays become very popular in Vietnam, just in case Indian visitors miss Indian flavors. And the fourth reason is the rich cultural experiences. Beyond sightseeing, Vietnam allows deep exploration of its cultural heritage, from the spiritual sanctuaries, Buddhist pagodas, and Hindu temples, to traditional preserved in places like old cities of Hoi An. The cultural experiences are exceptionally rich and diverse. We have seen many Indian visitors who are keen on gaining an understanding of Vietnamese tradition, arts, architecture, performance arts, crafts, and more. So the interaction with the friendly local people further enhance the cultural immersion. And the fifth reason is of the beaten path charm that Vietnam can provide to the Indian tourists. While the main attraction like Ha Long Bay and Ho Chi Minh City see large tourist crowds, Vietnam still retains plenty of lesser explored areas with untouched natural beauty and rural charm. Spots like Ninh Bình, Phong Nha Kẻ Bàng National Park, Sơn Tra Peninsula, and Nguyen offer a more unique local experience away from the busy tourist hubs. Indian travelers enjoy venturing off the beaten path and discovering hidden gems. The uniqueness of destinations still untapped by mass tourism adds to novelty. It also allows for more meaningful interaction with local communities in their environment. So this unique, authentic aspect is sure to appeal to travelers from India. So overall, Vietnam presents a compelling case for a fast-emerging Southeast Asia hotspot. Its versatile experiences spanning cultural landscapes, cuisine, and activities, coupled with the great value, continue drawing more Indians each year. With the travel infrastructure also improving, Vietnam promised to emerge as a leading destination for Indian travelers. A curious Indian explorer look for new frontiers, and I am sure that Vietnam will remain high on their radar. So now we have representative of the 5 Vietnamese companies. These are the biggest companies of Vietnam, and I appreciate the presence today. So Viet Travel is the focal point of contact for tourism, since we don't have representative of the tourism authorities of Vietnam. So I've been traveling to different states of India, and people often have a question. When we want to ask something about tourism in Vietnam, what are the focal points? So I've been working very hard with the Indian Authority of Vietnam to send a representative here to India, but it seems to be difficult for some time. So I asked the Viet Travel, the company, to do a focal point. So if any of you have a question regarding the tourism in Vietnam, you can ask Viet Travel. Of course, it's the focal point, but of course, any one of the 5 companies present here today regarding the question about the tourism in Vietnam. So I hope that the final part of the event today will be the best part, which is the business-to-business interaction. And I hope that each and every one of you will find something useful from today's meet. And finally, I would like to express my appreciation to Mr. Murthy, the Honorary Consul of Vietnam in Karnataka, and his team. Without you, the event tonight is not possible. So I appreciate that very much. I also would like to thank to Mr. Kumar, the chairman of the IndoVietnam Chamber of Commerce, for you are too good to be a moderator. And I would like to thank you, all of you who are present here tonight. I wish you will come back to Vietnam as soon as possible. So all the best to all of you. And we still have some time for Q&A. So I look forward to further interaction later on. And so have a very good and pleasant evening. So thank you all very much.
Your Excellency, may we all stand and give a standing ovation, please, for the wonderful speaker. When we have the Q&A session, my only request is please do not repeat the question. Ambassador,
it seems like Vietnam is driving very hard on the business end, and interestingly, in some ways, you are giving India a run for its money. In terms of saying, when you talk of the +1, I think Vietnam is driving an aggressive position. The question is, can we take it from there and have a lot more interaction between businesses in India and Vietnam. I know this is a tourism evening, but I'd be happy to listen to your thoughts on that.
The investment from foreign countries, 29 million US dollar last year. And many companies, they come to Vietnam. And the reason they come to Vietnam, there are many, but I can tell you. Number one, stable political system. Number two, Vietnam is very open. When they come to Vietnam, they have a network of 17 FTA with 63 countries. So not only they access to Vietnam markets, but from Vietnam they can gain access to more than 60 countries markets. So this is advantage. And number three is Vietnamese government is very pro-business. The procedure is very quick, very fast, and the availability of the labor. But when you talk about whether Vietnam take away the money from other countries, so I think each country has a special niche, special place in the supply chain. We are also very happy that last year India got 90 billion US dollar in foreign direct investment. So Vietnam and India have been working together. I mean, in the past, in our struggle for national independence, and now we continue to work together. And I can tell you, we have received investment from India, 1 billion US dollar until now. But we also invest to India. The most recent case is the VinFast company. They have committed 2 billion US dollar to invest in electric vehicle in Tamil Nadu. The first phase is 500 million US dollar. So each country has a special niche in the supply chain, and we need to work together to form some kind of supply chain partnership to make sure that we will benefit from the business. So that is the answer.
My daughter who's here has the opportunity to learn art in Vietnam, and the people of Vietnam and the officials of Vietnam have really supported my daughter in all her artwork. We have sold through 4 exhibitions and 3 auctions over 100 paintings of my daughter, collected more than $120,000. All the money has gone for charity in Vietnam. We have done 4 infant heart surgeries there. We have supported the Con school and the Giatin school in Ho Chi Minh City, and all this is possible only because of the support we receive from the country, its people, and of course the Consulate General of India in Ho Chi Minh City. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank. Besides, there are several reasons why we should celebrate Vietnam as a country, not just from a tourism point of view, but from every single aspect. So
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
as a family, we are indebted to Vietnam. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Is there any questions, please?
Whether it is better market than China, our market I'm speaking about, in terms of tourism.
In terms of tourism, which is a better market?
In particular China and India.
Particularly compared to China, I asked you the question. Yeah. Maybe you got to compare.
Each market has different characteristics, and it depends on, if you can ask this person, people can have different answer to their own preferences. So if people like to different culture than Vietnam, they can go to China or to India. So I think this is very subjective question, and the thing is that for the role of the government is really to facilitate the travels, to make it easy for people to travel from one country to another to explore. So it is the part of the embassy that is we are working very hard over the years. So that is why we're also very happy to see the positive results, especially after the COVID-19, and we will expect more in coming months.
Why don't you integrate this Nepal and Bhutan with itinerary India to Vietnam? That serves the purpose better.
Well, sir. Good point. Anybody else? Yes, sir.
Just want to, Your Highness, just to be here, Your Excellency.
Please tell your name first.
My name is Nitin Agarwal. I represent a company called Funstay. We are a B2C company and we take a lot of people from Bangalore and India to Vietnam. We have faced a real problem, His Excellency. We have faced a real problem in visa where people who has no last name, they face lot of problem. They don't get e-visa and they have to get a permit from Vietnam local agency in order to enter Vietnam. This is a bug in a portal which your government or your technical people has to resolve, in which people who don't have last name, they should get an option to apply e-visa. So we get lots of inquiries for this where people get their visa rejected, and I think this is the very important issue which we have to resolve for Indians to apply e-visa.
Ambassador, in fact, Ambassador, I'll just tell you. What is this issue is, last month we all had been to Vietnam. So we were 65 of us. So 4 of them, the visa got rejected at Delhi. For a very simple reason is the last name was not there. So we had that issue, but later on arrival at Hanoi, we did manage it and they did accept it. It was done online. I think there is a correction from your ED team is what he's saying, and it's a very important issue.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I would like to address the first question with regard to the film industries. So we understand that in order to attract more tourists from other countries, so film industry is very important. When Vietnam appear on the film, people will know about the place and tend to go. And so countries like Switzerland, they have very good experience, or other countries in Europe. So we all know this. And now the government of Vietnam is trying to attract more and more filmmakers, especially from India, to go to Vietnam. And some of the provinces, like Phú Yên provinces, they have made their name well known for a destination for the film shooting. I know the film shooting industry is very complicated, from getting the approval from the central government to have the access to the location, and so many permits are there. So we are working with the Ministry of Tourism and Culture to work on a plan to attract more and more Indian film shooters to come to Vietnam. In the meantime, we don't have such specific policies. In the law of the movie making, there are one sentence: attract foreign companies, foreign film shooters to go to Vietnam. But in order to attract, what are the policy in place? So we are still working on that. But we already have the movies from Hollywood. There's a movie called Island, shot by the Hollywood movie makers. So we also have Indian director who come to Vietnam. His name is Rahul. He will next year there will be an Indian movie shoot in Vietnam, in which 30% of the scenes will be in Vietnam. So we are aware of that, and we trying to make it easier for the Indian film shooters to come to Vietnam. So with regard to the question of visa, this is a very headache for the embassy, and from time to time, often than not, very often than not, we hear the complaints about the difficulty for the people with the single name. So we have requested the Ministry of Public Security of Vietnam to change in the format, in the platform. So when you apply for e-visa, that will not be a problem. So we are aware of that issues, and we will correct as soon as we can. So thank you very much.
1 minute, let him answer.
A destination, I can tell you, in this world, people have freedom of choices. You can ask different people, and different people will have different answers. So, but one fact is that it's easy to travel to China, and as easy as travel to India. So people have to make their own choice.
So people get a health benefit out of this. So from this perspective, is it possible to extend any support from Vietnam embassy side?
So for this, we encourage trade between our two countries. Last year, the trade between our two countries almost $15 billion US dollar. $15 billion US dollar is just 2% of our total trade with the world. Last year, the trade of Vietnam with the world is $739 billion US dollar. So $15 billion dollars is very small. So we want to increase the trade volume between our two countries. So I encourage you to come to Vietnam and especially participate in the exhibition, in the fair, on agricultural products. That is where you can introduce your products, and you can also go to visit Vietnam and meet the Chamber of Commerce. This is where, especially the one with many agricultural importers from other countries. So this is my suggestion.
Very nice history of having sister cities with a lot of countries all over the world. Bengaluru itself is a sister city with several European countries. And are there any plans of having, or is it, pardon my ignorance, is any city in Vietnam and in India, if they are not yet sister cities, I would request you to choose some city as a sister city. In fact, the kind of warmth you see in Bangalore, if the sister city concept is promoted over there, it builds a lot of people-to-people connection and trader-to-trader connection rather than bureaucratic or government connections over there. I would request His Excellency to have a look at this.
Ambassador, on this issue, the previous ambassador had visited Bangalore, and we did discuss with him along with the previous Chief Minister, Mr. Bomay, and Mr. Industries Minister, Mr. Nirani. So that sister-state relationship we would like to have it with Hanoi City is what they are told from most of our diplomatic circle as well as the business firms of the IT-BT sector. So they were requesting Bangalore with huge ministry. This is what they requested. So adding to that, I just want to see, before you we had already discussed that documents have already been in the Money Office. So we request you to please give an idea.
So thank you for the question. My suggestion is that whichever cities in Vietnam you have the first direct flights, let's have the sister cities, either Ho Chi Minh cities or Hanoi. That's my answer.
We have a last question from Mr. Perry, Mr. Past District Governor, Mr. Rajendra Rai. Sorry, I couldn't see.
Good evening, His Excellency. I want to ask three questions. One is what?
One question.
No, all connected. what is the tax structure in the Vietnam, whether in FDI investment is a local partner is required, and any investment FDI, any tax holiday in the tax is there. For foreigners investment, any tax holiday for 3 years, 5 years tax holiday, like hospitality industry is established in Vietnam. That is the
So I guess this is the, I understand that there will be more questions to come, but I think I would like to address this is as the last questions. So in order to attract foreign investment to Vietnam, we have created a tax structure that are beneficial to the foreign investors, especially when you invest in a special economic zone or you invest in a industrial park. There's very clear tax structure. The first 4 years will be a zero tax. The next 9 years, 50% of the income tax, and the next 5 years will be 100%. So that is the tax structure for the foreign companies. But why is that the industrial park are very popular in Vietnam? Because it can provide not only the benefits on tax, but also provide a ready infrastructures at a very effective cost. Because it shares all the utility, the water, the electricities, and the readiness of transportation to the port nearby or the airport. So if you have more questions on the investment in Vietnam, not only tax or other benefits, please come to the embassy or drop us an email. We will discuss with you further. So thank you very much for a lovely evening, and I really appreciate all the questions and your participations in this event.